Greetings, dear viewers. I'm Quill Quickcard. It is 6 o'clock in the morning, and it is the perfect time to start learning more intricate card game mechanics. Welcome back to Slay the Spire 2, where we are going to do my first ever run with the Regent. So, heir to the Throne of Stars, wields cosmic powers, but his minions do the work. His Divine Right, at the start of each combat, gain 3... I have no idea. I thought maybe energy, but that doesn't really make sense, because you start every turn with all of the energy. Hello, Neo. Oversized blue creature. I am the future king. Cute. You will see me again. So what am I actually starting with? 4 strikes, 4 defends. Falling Star, deal 7 damage, apply 1 weakened, apply 1 vulnerable. And Venerate, gain 2 blue thing. A random rare card? Sure, why not? Monarch's Gaze. Costs 3. Whenever you attack an enemy, it loses 1 strength this turn. This turn? Okay. That seems useless, so I guess it all depends on how the Regal actually works. Let's go up this path, just so I can see a lot of card pools. Okay, so that's my energy. These are my stars. Your current star count. The Regent's cards may require stars to play. Okay. I don't really see any of the gimmick of this character yet. We're just gonna have to get through a few card pools. At the end of the act, you'll fight the Ceremonial Beast. Okay, so that's the boss I'm gonna be up against. Doesn't seem like too much of a problem. By this point, I have now done probably around 10 total runs of this game. I don't have enough stars. Oh, okay. It has a second resource cost attached to it. This one costs 0 energy but 2 stars. At the start of each combat, gain 3 stars. Stars do not regenerate at the start of each turn. Okay. Alright, that gives me a little more information about what's actually going on here. So I really should have played that Venerate. I have enough to kill with my strikes. Okay. So 17 gold, dexterity potion, which gives you 2 dexterity. Put a card. Know thy place. Apply 1 weak, apply 1 vulnerable, and exhaust for 0. Solar Strike for 1. Deal 8 damage, gain a star. And Kingly Punch for 1. Deal 8 damage. Whenever you draw this card, increase its combat damage by 3 this combat. When it upgrades, it increases it by 5. The further we go, the less times I actually pull my shuffles. So I like this, but I think Solar Strike is just going to be more practically useful. I'm guessing. Falling Star. Defend, defend. Let's do damage and gain a star. We're taking little bits of chip damage early on, but that's gonna be fine. He's got 16 total. Yeah, we can break through that. 18 gold, fortifier, triple your block. And what can we get? Astral Pulse uses no energy but 3 stars, deal 14 damage to all enemies. Celestial Might, which deals 6 damage 3 times. Conqueror, Forge 3, Sovereign Blade deals double damage to the enemy this turn. The first time you forge each combat, add Sovereign Blade into your hand. Adds additional damage to Sovereign Blade. Okay. That's interesting. But this basically looks like it's... I'm guessing the Forge is the amount of damage added to the Sovereign Blade. So effectively this card is saying, for 3, do 26 to an enemy this turn, and if not, then it's just going to be 13? And then any other effects with Forge, I would assume, continue to stack damage onto Sovereign Blade. So I'm guessing you could go with a Forge build where you're just continuously making your Sovereign Blade stronger and stronger. I do not think this is a particularly good card, but it is an interesting new thing that the Regal can do. So we're going to take it. Okay. Not not the best build, but we're not here to do the best build with the Regal. We are here to learn how the Regal functions. Let's defend, strike, and strike. I just don't have the energy to spend on the Conqueror without taking a lot of extra damage. Strike, strike, solar strike. So you can continuously build up star resources that don't reset. So Conqueror, as I suspected, deals 26. Okay, so Forge is an interesting mechanic. Crush Under deals 7 damage to all enemies. All enemies lose 1 strength this turn. Royal Gamble, gain 9 star, exhaust. Orbit, every 4 energy you spend, gain an energy. And if you upgrade it, it only costs 1. Which can be pretty damn good. The upgraded Royal... You know what? Royal Gamble just seems really good. Like, I don't have a lot to actually use my resources with yet, but it really seems like I want to have this resource. 11 damage coming at me. Nine damage coming at me. We are going to summon our blade. Okay. Royal Gamble. Oh, Royal Gamble costs 5 stars. No, this is useless. This is actually useless to me. Damn it. I'm not used to looking for a second energy cost. All right, so I basically grabbed a dead card then. That's great. Now I understand why that card can be upgraded to have retain. There is 26 damage coming at me this turn. God damn it. Let's mitigate that. That's still going to be taking 8 damage. Ugh. God damn it. Alright. Fuck it. Forge, I guess. Okay, so Conqueror does not double the amount of damage that the blade deals this turn. It doubles the amount of damage the blade deals this turn to the creature I target, and not to others. Which I'm not that big of a fan of. Okay. So far, I mean, I miss playing this like crazy, but it's also important to get a sense of what's good and what's not good with the Regal. That fight sucked. Child of Stars, whenever you spend stars, gain 2 block for each star spent. Guiding Star, deal 12 damage. Next turn, draw 2 cards. It costs 1 energy and 2 stars. Shining Strike, deal 8 damage, gain 2 stars. Put this card on top of your draw pile. Okay. That seems really good. Honestly, let's visit the shop. Okay, so Radiate, deal 3 damage to all enemies for each star granted this turn, costing 0. Photon Cut costs 1. Deal 10 damage, draw 1 card, put 1 card from your hand on top of your draw pile. Know thy place, apply 1 weak, apply 1 vulnerable, exhaust. Glow, gain a star, draw 2 cards, parry. Whenever you play Sovereign Blade, gain 6 block. Okay. And then, as far as universal cards, Omni Slice, deal 8 damage, damage all other enemies equal to the damage dealt, and Mayhem. At the start of your turn, play the top card of your draw pile. Glow seems really good. Let's grab those. And now I really need to rest. Until that last fight, I was doing well enough that I was really hoping I'd get to upgrade something. Alright, this is the dude who likes to summon minions. What are you summoning? The Eye with Teeth. Great. Well, we're gonna go Shining Strike, Defend, and... let me think here. If I use my 1 energy on this, I can do 26 damage next turn with a Sovereign... no, I can do 13 damage next turn with a Sovereign Blade for 2 energy. I'm trying to do the math. If, let's say I had 1 strike this turn and then 2 strikes next turn, does that end up being more damage than if I played Conqueror this turn and then Sovereign Blade next turn? So if I do 1 strike here is 6, 2 strikes next turn is 12, 18 total damage. If I play this now and then Sovereign Blade next turn, it's 13 damage. It's literally 33% less damage if I play the Conqueror right now. Although it does add the Sovereign Blade into my deck. But at that point, I would have to draw both Conqueror and Sovereign Blade again at the same time in order for me to get any additional benefit from it this combat. And the Sovereign Blade retains, so it's a little easier. But I just don't think this combat's going to last long enough for that to be of practical value. We're going to go with our Royal Gamble. And we can go for the Falling Star, the Solar Strike, the Shining Strike. We can Glow. It's definitely an interesting character. Getting this rare card was effectively useless because I just don't have any free attacks. Like, presumptively this would work exceptionally well with a lot of cards that just cost stars, but I don't have any. And it's really unfortunate. And we're gonna take a big chunk of damage again. Yeah, getting that Arcane Scroll was an absolute waste. It genuinely just made the deck worse with a dead card. Guiding Star, sure. The room is full of cheese. You look around to see if there are any traps, and above you is more cheese. The candles in this room appear to be made of cheese. The furniture is also cheese. Suddenly the door behind you slams shut. It is made of cheese. I could get the chosen cheese. I'm just gonna gorge. Okay, now here are some interesting cards. Crush Under, we've seen Cloak of Stars, gain 7 block. 0 energy, 1 star. Gather Light, gain 7 block, gain a star. Celestial Might, deal 6 damage 3 times. Astral Pulse, 0 energy, 3 stars, deal 14 damage to all enemies. Collision Course, deal 9 damage, add a debris to your hand. Why does that help? Okay. Rotten War, deal 7 damage, forge 5. And Refined Blade, forge 6. Next turn, gain an energy. We're going to take Refined Blade and Rotten War. Now we have more forge cards. Tuning Fork. Every time you play 10 skills, gain 7 block. Okay. So I'm basically never going to be keeping track of that. Whispering Hollow. Making your way through a hollow of dead trees, you happen upon a single bone-white tree. Clay baubles hang off its branches. Oh, that yawn snuck up on me. Which curve inward like protective ribs. Such a creepy tree. It whispers, make exchange. Ooh, I could transform my Monarch's Gaze. Almost any possible card that could turn into would be better. Costs HP. Screw it. Give me anything better than that. It is now alignment. I saw gain 2 energy. Yep, 0 energy, 2 stars, gain 2 energy. That is great. Anyway, let's go to an elite combat. I very, very, very probably am just going to die here. Know thy place. Guiding Star. Venerate. Strike. Regeneration Potion. And Dexterity to improve my block this combat. I'm going to give myself the best chance that I can. Okay, he's just going to buff this turn. So we're going to go Rotten War. And then we're going to go with Alignment. Solar Strike, Strike. Sovereign Blade, we're going to wait until we can actually double its damage. And Strike. Okay, it's down to 57. This might actually be my first, like, major win against this thing. Conqueror Forge 3 will get 18. So with 3, it would make it 16. Or 32. Okay, we're going to Photon Cut. And then the card to put on top is going to be the Conqueror. We are going to Refine Blade. And we are going to defend. Next turn, we're dropping the biggest Sovereign Blade. Sovereign Blade is already at 21. So we play Conqueror. Sovereign Blade now hits for 52. 39 gold, bronze scale. Start each combat with 3 thorns. Okay. Pillar of Creation for 1 energy. Whenever you create a card, gain 3 block. Refined Blade, another one of those. Forge 6, next turn gain energy. And Child of the Stars, whenever you spend a star, gain 2 block for each star spent. We're just gonna go with Forging. Why not? So, what do these look like when they get upgraded? Forge 10. Forge 7. Forge 5. Alright, I have 2 combats no matter what I do. I think I have to go for the regular combats. I don't think I can take another elite and another regular combat and have sufficient health left for the boss fight. Okay. Apply a weak and vulnerable. Set a defend. Shining Strike. Solar Strike. Okay, so the Flycanid is nearly beaten. I take 3 damage. Okay. I want to defend, and refine a blade. Alright. So I need this thing to die this turn. And then we're going to refine blade and conqueror just to forge more. Alignment lets me do a little bit more. So I think the big weakness here is that it is very, very easy to fall into a trap, I think, with this character. Where you're just not grabbing block. Okay, Devastate, 1 energy, 4 stars, deal 30 damage. That's huge. Black Hole is a power for 1 energy. Whenever you spend or gain stars, deal 3 damage to all enemies. That's really good. Or we could get another Rotten War for more forging. Screw it, more forging. Do I risk another elite? I have so little block. Okay. Guiding Star. Defend. Screw it. Go for Conqueror. Okay. Let's go with Shining Strike. Let's go with Rotten War. And let's go with Photon Cut. We're going to put Shining Strike back on top of the draw pile. So having just 1 copy of Shining Strike is really, really enough. We're going to play 1 Defend. We're going to play Rotten War. We're going to play Refine Blade. Sovereign Blade is already up to 29 damage. Okay. There we go. Weak Potion. Interesting. 3 for Knockout Blow, deal 30 damage. If this kills an enemy, gain 5 stars. Resonance, gain 1 strength. All enemies lose 1 strength. I really don't feel that putting any of these in my deck are going to help me. Alright, I really do need the HP, though. With so little block, all I can do is try to kill this thing very quickly. Okay, Rotten War. Let's just play a Sovereign Blade now, since there's literally nothing else I can do that's useful. Plow. The first time Ceremonial Beast's HP reaches 150 or below, it becomes stunned and loses all its strength. Yeah, this thing's going to hit me very, very hard. We're going to start by applying 3 weak. And Refine Blade, Solar Strike. We're just going to have to soak it a bit. Okay. Apply Weaken Vulnerable. Rotten War. We're going to Glow. Apply Weaken Vulnerable. And then we can get in 3 strikes. We're actually pretty close to getting it down halfway. Unfortunately, it also is killing me very, very quickly. Guiding Star. Shining Strike. So we can go Conqueror. Alright, phase 2. Alright, let's go with alignment. Rotten War. Shining Strike. Conqueror. Venerate. Defend. Defend didn't really do anything, but whatever. Oh, you can only play 1 card this turn. Right. It's that bullshit. Okay. I can Refine Blade, weaken the damage it's going to put out this turn. That will leave me at 15. I still have energy for a strike, damn it. Okay. So the only other 2 cards in my deck are Sovereign Blade and Solar Strike. Let's go for Glow. Rotten War. Guiding Star. Solar Strike and Strike. Sovereign Blade is now at 60 damage. Don't draw Conqueror. I drew Conqueror. Of course I did. Well, I have to defend or I die this turn. Okay. I have to kill it this turn or it's over. And I don't think I have a way to kill it this turn. Damn it. Okay, so this was an absolutely terrible first run. Terrible! Even really bad decks can usually get through the first act boss. We're not going to stop. We're going to do one more run with this guy. We did unlock another epoch, though. Life and Death, the Necrobinder. A young explorer unlatched the forbidden grimoire. Magics from another time and place explode outward as weightless dark smoke overwhelms this curious one. She gains the understandings of life and death, but at a cost. Her skin, air, and organs rapidly rot away as her soul is forcibly bound into the locket in her pocket. The grimoire whispers, "If I die, you die." So it's a lich. But this is a very interesting concept that the phylactery itself has essentially bound this person to being a lich. And we do unlock a new class, which means, I guess, another episode. The Necrobinder as a playable character. Interesting. Okay. As you can see, I've been unlocking several epochs, but there's still a lot more to go. Now, let's go back in with the Regent and not suck as badly with it. At the start of Elite Combats, draw 2 additional cards. Arcane Scroll, obtain a random rare card. Or we can obtain 2 random relics to gain an additional strike and defend. Do I risk another rare card? We did not see a single rare card pool. You know what? Screw it. Forge 30. Forge 30 for 1 energy and 4 stars. Holy crap. And when upgraded, Forge 40. Alright, I guess we're going Sovereign Blade again. I'm okay with that. Ceremonial Beast is at the end, so we do get a rematch. Where is a good way to go? I kind of like this route. Let's get started. Okay. Let's go for this, and this, and this, and this. Okay. First time we're down to just the leaf slime. Well. Oh, I don't have enough stars for that. Damn. Let's Venerate. It's my only source of stars. I still don't have enough stars. But that's okay because we win. 16 gold, strength potion. Resonance we've seen, Crush Under we've seen, Collision Course we've seen. I don't understand the purpose of this debris, but free damage is always good. Brain Leech. Thunk. A sharp pain is felt atop your head and a thought stabs into your mind. Share knowledge. You are unsure how to proceed. We can choose one of 5 random cards to add to the deck, Or we can rip the Lich off to lose 5 HP and gain a colorless card reward. Let's share knowledge. Okay. Choose 2 cards in your draw pile to transform into minion strikes. Interesting. Let's take Rotten War. How ostentatiously scholastic of a labyrinthine mind. A veritable cornucopia of cerebral sustenance to digest. Satisfied, the creature pops off and crawls away. You are flabbergasted. It's this thing again. Choose a card to transform. I don't want to transform anything. I'm fine losing 50 gold to get 2 potions. Beetlejuice. Enemies' attacks deal 30% less damage for the next 4 turns. Shackling Potion. All enemies lose 7 strength. And strength can go negative. You scatter some gold at the base of the tree, and 2 of the clay vessels drop to the floor soundlessly. They break open and contain perfectly intact potions within. You nab the potions and flee. That sounds reasonable. Alright, hello, little buddy. We are going to Venerate and Strike and Strike. Your shrinks are going to be utterly ineffectual against the power of my forging, which I did not get. But that's fine. We're going to defend and strike. You die next turn. For I play the Smith. I don't have enough stars. Never mind. Okay, so debris just sits in your deck, I guess. That seems to be it. Rot in War. Honestly, the big problem I'm having is lack of block last time. So we're going to take a block card. Well, hello there, sir. We are going to gain block and a star, play the Smith. We are going to play Rotten War. Sovereign Blade now hits for 45. You die next turn. Boom. Manifest Authority, gain 7 block, add 1 random colorless card to your hand. Cloak of Stars, gain 7 block for 1 energy charge. Choose 2 cards in your draw pile to transform into minion strikes. I think this could help me to get my forge cards more quickly. I think just going for the Smith Plus may be the best move I can do here. Also, I kept calling this guy the Regal. He's the Regent. Okay, multiple things. We're going to start with a charge. We are going to turn 2 of these strikes into minion strikes. They are freer, they do more damage, and they draw me a card. Gather Light. Let's kill this one. So the Sovereign Blade, not as good against Not as good against packs of enemies. Let's give them all -7 strength. Minion strike. Minion strike. 1 defend is sufficient. We are going to rot in war. And we are going to strike you. Okay. And we are going for the Smith. 55 damage. Cool. Gather light, defend, and charge. We are going... Okay, being able to turn my status cards into minion strikes is something I had not even considered. But that's really effective. Cool. Alright. Hidden Cache, gain a star, next turn gain 3 stars, know thy place, Photon Cut, we're going to take know thy place. Free cards are always good. Let's go for an elite combat. Okay, it's this guy. Let's venerate. Don't really need to know thy place right now. Sovereign Blade is already up to 15. But we do have the Smith, which means we kill. And here come the minions. Cool. All right. We can apply a weak and a vulnerable to you. Never mind. No, we can't. 9 damage, defend, strike. I mean, just more defend. That's fine. We'll whittle down the Wrigglers. Once we shuffle the deck, we can turn, hopefully, some of those things into minion strikes. Okay. That's fine. There's no point upgrading with the Smith anymore. Our Sovereign Blades are already strong enough to kill each one of these. Oh, sweet Jesus. Are you kidding me? That is garbage to just straight up draw 3 infections. Oh well, sometimes the luck is against you. What the hell? All of my decent cards are the ones left in my deck. That pisses me off. Fine, Beetlejuice. Oh. It just means one enemy, not all. God damn it. Yeah, we're going to take a lot of damage. God damn it. And now we have the charge, and now there aren't any infections left in the deck. so it's effectively useless. That's real great. Okay. Yeah, that's real fucking great. Whatever. Use it anyway. Free attacks are fine. That is garbage. This one fight basically took me down more than half of my health. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Alright. Power potion. Potion belt. Okay. More potion slots. That's fine. A conqueror. Yes. Yes. Conqueror is super good. Do I dare risk another elite combat? Yes, because I am a crazy person. Unsettling Lamp. Each combat, the first time you play a card that debuffs an enemy, double its effect. It's alright. Okay. This is actually fine. We're going to start with the Power Potion. End your turn, the first 2 cards you play each turn are free to play. That is awesome. It also is costing me nothing for this turn. Which means I can set up all of my stuff. We are absolutely going to break this guy with my powers. So we are going to start with Conqueror. Then we are going to play the Smith. Sovereign Blade is now strong enough to kill. The last elite was garbage, and this one was over in seconds. Vulnerable Potion, Whetstone. Upon pickup, upgrade 2 random attacks. Falling Star and Strike are upgraded. That's good. Okay. Whenever you play Sovereign Blade, gain 6 block. That's only happening once per shuffle. I'm not interested in that. We're going to take the Refined Blade. I don't think I've ever fought one of you before. You are an interesting creature. 2 of my strikes are now minion strikes. As far as I call it, that is just a flat upgrade. So what do you actually do? I don't know. Maybe I've seen you before, but if I have, I haven't seen you in a while. Okay. We do have the Conqueror. Let's see what we get for these free cards first. Venerate is pretty important. Honestly, we can just play these. Just to make the Sovereign Blade stronger. So, real talk, I don't think I need to bother gathering any other Forge cards except other copies. Maybe like one other copy of Conqueror. The Smith is already so powerful that there's not really much else that I need to make it work. Glimmer. Draw 3 cards, put 1 card from your hand on top of your draw file. Bulwark, gain 13 block, forge 10. On the other hand, more block is definitely the weakness of this character. So, yeah, we'll take the block. As far as upgrades, though... what here is really worth upgrading? Realistically, probably the Bulwark as just a big, bulky block card. The Tea Master. You stumble into a dimly lit shack and find yourself immersed in a very peaceful space containing an obsessive variety of tea. The man inside gestures to a selection of teas, each neatly labeled with a premium price. Okay. We can apply Bone Tea. At the start of the next combat, upgrade your starting hand. That is a boss. Ember Tea. Pay 150 at the start of the next 5 combats. Gain 2 strength. We're going to take the Bone Tea. Please don't be combat. God damn it, it's combat. Okay. Well, we're going to start with Gather Light. We are going to play the Smith. And we are going to refine the Blade. Sovereign Blade is already at 60 damage. Enough to one-shot the Fuzzy One. Never mind. Oh, no, we're good, because we can have him know his place. Deal 63 damage, defend, defend. Cool. You know what? Bulwark. Sovereign Blade is ridiculously strong right now. It's at 73 damage. Ah. And how about we hit you for 106? Black Hole, Homogeny. Deal 15 damage next turn, gain 2 energy. Glow, gain an energy, draw 2 cards. Black Hole, whenever you spend or gain energy, deal 4 damage to all enemies. I think Black Hole is a pretty good one to have. And here we are going to rest. We have racked up a bunch of potions we can use against the boss. We are going to start with... God damn it, I don't have 4 stars for that. Whatever. Sovereign Blade. The Smith isn't going to be usable until next turn anyway. Or next shuffle. We're going to start with Charge. Transform 2 of my strikes. Defend just for the hell of it. Okay. So we're going to apply the Beetlejuice. And a Falling Star. And a Venerate. And a Minion Strike. And Sovereign Blade for 39 damage, I think is pretty good. Yeah. I take a little bit of damage here, but not much. Okay. So I'm going to start with the Black Hole. I'm going to Gather Light. Rotten War. We are doing pretty good. Minion Strike, which gives me the Smith, which I can play. Know Thy Place, Bulwark, for even more Forge. We completely blocked its attack. We have the Sovereign Blade. The Conqueror card is still in there. Sovereign is already ridiculously strong. We are going to charge to turn Strike and Strike Plus into Minion Strikes. And honestly, at this point, it's surviving until I draw that Conqueror. There is the Conqueror. We're going to No. We're going to apply Vulnerable, and we're going to end the battle this turn. Minion Strike, Conqueror, and we're going to deal 222 damage. Yeah. Okay, Sovereign Blade is awesome. At the end of combat, gain 30 gold. Holy crap. Holy crap. Dying Star, Ethereal. Deal 9 damage to all enemies. All enemies lose 9 strength this turn. Okay. That is crazy huge. It does cost 3 stars, though. And Tyranny, at the start of your turn, draw 1 card and exhaust 1 card from your... No, I didn't... I did not actually want to take that. Exhausting my cards like that is really bad. Although, I guess the longer it goes on, the more it's going to help me thin out my deck. And when it's upgraded, I'll always have it in my starting hand. It's not the one I wanted to pick. I kind of just clicked on it because haphazardly I was just wanting to look at it, but it's okay. We're going to be alright. We're going to take this route. But first, Tezcatara. Oh my, what an exotic visitor. Who might you be, sweetie? I'm no sweetie. Address me with respect, giant thing person. Where are my manners? Tezcatara cackles with delight. We can give all the strikes in my deck, make them cost 0, but they cannot be removed or transformed. I can do a big hug to remove more cards from my deck. Whenever I draw my shuffle pile, add a soot. Or a pumpkin candle to gain 1 energy at the start of each turn, extinguishes at the start of Act 3. Is it worth just making 4 attacks in my deck all cost 0? I think it is. Alright, let's begin my path. All right. Well, most of the cards in my hand are free. Honestly, I may as well just drink a strength. Venerate. Strike. We're gonna take some damage, but that's okay. Okay, we're going to take the Bulwark and the Conqueror, Collision Course, Falling Star. Sovereign Blade is already up to 28 damage. We don't have enough to... Here we go. Alright, we can forge it and strike. Whatever. Just kill him. Summon forth Forge 8. Put a Sovereign Blade into your hand from anywhere. Yes. Yes. Doll Room. You enter a hidden room. It's packed with an array of dolls. Each are unique, their expressions ranging from joy to sorrow, their attire spanning centuries and realms beyond your own. A chorus of whispers grows louder and louder until the dolls are shouting over each other and calling for you. You must choose one and leave immediately. Ooh. Yeah, we're going to examine each and make the best choice. We're going to take the 15 HP. You examine each and every doll before you make your choice. The shouting has reached a piercing crescendo, but you manage to make a choice before going completely mad. So Mr. Struggles, at the start of your turn, deal damage equal to the turn number to all enemies. Okay. Daughter of Wind, whenever you play an attack, gain 1 block. Okay. Bing Bong, whenever you add a card to your deck, add 1 additional copy. Ooh. These are all pretty good. So it's between Mr. Struggles and Bing Bong, I think. So if I end a combat on turn 5, I will have dealt... let's see... 15 damage off of Mr. Struggles. 15 damage after 5 turns is not a huge amount. Bing Bong is a little risky because it starts filling up the deck more. But if I can get Tyranny upgraded, I'm able to filter the deck. I think I'll take Bing Bong. A warm voice happily fills your head. We are going to uncover the most delightful stories together. Okay. Let's go with Black Hole. We really don't need to have double damage. It's probably more effective just to do this. And we can Collision Course, Refine Blade. Yeah, Sovereign Blade's already up to 21. It really doesn't matter, because these guys can never take more than 9 damage. We can kill that one. Defend. Apply weak to you. Screw it. Sovereign Blade and Summon Forth. I'm having real trouble on this run. Alright, we're going to start with that. We are going to venerate. Okay. Choose one card to exhaust. We're going to exhaust this charge. No, we'll just exhaust this one. Okay. 6 damage. 6 damage. 6 damage. We win. Another strength potion. So we're going to get 2 copies of whatever we pick here. Glitter Stream seems pretty good for block. Whenever you play a card this turn, gain 1 strength this turn. Screw that, we're going to get 2 glow pluses. Alright, it's the big hunter killer. Black hole. Summon Forth. Let's glow. Okay. Sovereign Blade's already at 18 damage. I can strike, I can strike, I can strike. I can charge to transform a couple of those. I can glow. For a Rotten War. I hate this enemy. I hate them. Such a garbage enemy. I don't think... God damn it. If I drew the Smith, I might have been able to win this. Like, look, what? No, I just lose. Okay. That really pisses me off. That really, really pisses me off. Alright, well, here's where this run ends. So, that sucks. I had a Smith from the very beginning. And I basically just got screwed by running into tough combats. That is really unfortunate. That one actually hurt to fail. It really did. But that is the nature of the game, after all. Chapter 4, I Arrive, the Regent. Kaboom! A fantastic explosion marks the arrival of the Regent. His Majesty's spaceship shattered beyond repair. Finally, I arrive. We unlock Spoils of War, which forges 10. Sword Stage. Increase the cost of Sovereign Blade by 1. Sovereign Blade now hits an additional time. Jesus! And Furnace. At the start of your turn, forge 4. Holy crap. Okay, so some of the best cards for a forge build were not even available to me, it seems. That is really cool. I had a lot of fun with the Regent, actually. It took me a bit to get into the groove of them. They seem very, very prone to extremely rapid failure, though. I think the real problem with them is just making sure that you have enough block to actually survive long enough to do your big stuff. So we did unlock another character, the Necrobinder, and then once we clear a run with the Necrobinder, we will unlock yet another character. So there's going to be at least 2 more episodes of this first look at Slay the Spire Early Access, but I'm afraid that's going to have to wait until the next one.